This is the story of a miraculous journey. One church, Central United Methodist Church, located in the near south side of Fort Worth, becoming two churches in the southwestern suburbs, Westcliff and Overton Park United Methodist Churches. It is the story of unification when, on September 11, 2005, these two churches became one again. Join us in the journey of this incredible place called Arborlawn, a legacy of faith, a future of promise.
Arborlawn is a work in progress.
I think that we're a very welcoming church. I think when you walk in those doors, that you just feel the sense of home and warmth, that it's not just one person that will introduce themselves, it is many. And there's no strangers here, whether you come once or you come often. I think it's just the real sense of family that you get when you come through those doors.
Arborlawn is a family and a home away from home, and a place I can always come to whenever I need someone.
Arborlawn is my home. I feel like I'm loved here no matter what I do, that I'll fit in no matter who I am or what mistakes I make in my life.
To walk in here on Sunday morning and see everybody in the gathering area chatting and loving and hugging and really visiting, friendly, warm.
I think Arborlawn's best qualities are the vitality that we have in this church. I mean, I'm a member of the choir, and it's just just a spiritually uplifting, experience for me to be a part of the choir and the leadership, that we have there. The best quality is I feel very good when I come out of this place, after a hard week of work. Just coming here and experiencing the worship service, hearing the message from the pastor and being a part of the choir and singing the music that we sing, just totally uplifts me and, just helps me jumpstart me for the rest of the week.
I like Sunday School best of all.
If it was a legacy that my children were to look back on, to sit there and say, okay, where did my parents come from? And to trace everything back from Central to all the churches going apart and coming back together, it's pretty amazing that it seems, from what I've been told and the stories I've heard, everything has come full circle and we're right back where we started, and this is exactly where God wanted us to be.
Legacy of faith and a future of promise. You really had to boil it down to a simple statement. It's never forget what God has done and never underestimate what God will do. When we look back over the course of the short time we've had together, but even further than that entire legacy about where we've come from and the people that have helped us to arrive at this point, you never forget that. It's a part of who we are. It's from one generation to the next that we have something to share, that the generations that will come after us will inherit that legacy. And a future of promise is the biblical theme that in our Christian faith, it's an understanding that the best is always yet to come, that an ending is not really an ending, it represents a new and powerful beginning.
Jesus knew the danger of putting new wine into old wineskins. Trying to fit a dynamic new creation into an old system is difficult and perilous. Jesus reminds us that the change we experience inwardly must also be accomplished by an outward change, or both are at risk. It's like putting a new church into a facility built for a congregation 37 years ago. It may work temporarily, but not very well, and not for very long. New wine requires new wineskins. New churches require facilities and new models for ministry. As our church has changed, so have our needs. Our primary need is creating the physical facilities that will enable us to provide more effective ministries for the congregation and community. Every area of ministry is being addressed in a master plan that includes new worship space for both traditional and contemporary worship, teaching space for our student ministries, a larger area for our children's ministries with relocation of our children's center, renovation of the current fellowship hall to be used as the music ministry's rehearsal space, new adult classroom space, space for mission and outreach, and fellowship and recreation space in a new gym. There is a place for everyone in this capital campaign.
I would like the gym because then my friends would come over here more, and then we would get more people. Then they can learn more about God.
For children in this capital campaign, I can see them just as excited as the adults around. They have ideas. They've expressed their ideas in Sunday school to the teachers and to me of what they want. We talked to them early on about what they wanted to see. They have great ideas and they want to see these things come to fruition, and I can see them wanting to also help give and to find ways, different fundraisers and things that they can do. They want to think of ideas, they want to collect money, any way that they can to help and contribute to this capital campaign. They know about it, they're excited about it, and they can't wait to see what it all will come together and look like.
I hope to have so much more space for the youth. I hope to have classrooms that are more conducive to education and learning. I hope to have space for them to run and play, and space for a gymnasium to be able to play sports and to really reach out to all the different students that are in the area, but to have classrooms that are functional instead of just there and small.
What excites me most about this campaign is all the new opportunities and everybody just becoming closer and having a new place to worship in and having a new place to play in and just do whatever you want in order to worship God and honor everything that God does through what we're doing.
What's in this capital campaign for young adults, for those that are 25 to 35, is twofold. One, we're looking at giving opportunities for worship that suits both those that prefer traditional and those that prefer contemporary. We're not excluding one or the other. It's becoming a chance for both styles to be done and to done well and to be done with faithful excellence. But secondly, that age group is looking right now to have children, and lots of couples in the classes that we've started, that we're going with, are having children right now. One that just was born earlier in the week, and so they're going to be looking for ministries in which children are going to be affected, and praise God that we're going to have a place in which those children can be ministered to.
It's all about the children, the youth, and mainly the young families to keep this church continued growing. And this is going to give us a great opportunity to provide what they do need to participate and realize what it is to be and live a Christian life in this community.
When I look at the physical plans for the future of Arborlawn, I am struck by the magnitude of what we can do both in traditional worship and in contemporary worship. Our insert service right now from the very beginning has been in the fellowship hall, and we have been limited by that room that is used for many different things, and yet the service has grown phenomenally, and the people that attend it are spoken to each week and are moved by the Spirit. And when I think about having a dedicated room for inserts worship that has all the equipment and the facility that we need, I can't imagine where inserts can go. And likewise with the traditional service, we have been hampered by a sanctuary that can't contain the people who attend on certain occasions and can't contain the choir in the way that we need it contained, and yet we continue to grow, and yet the music and the words of God ring out from the walls every single week, and in a space that is designed specifically for Arborlawn, not for another church, but specifically for Arborlawn. When we come together in that space, I believe that God truly will move.
And move forward we must, never forgetting what God has done and never underestimating what God will do. We can meet our needs, but it will take the gifts and prayers of all of us in these next days to do what God has in store for us. To reach our goal of $9 million and beyond, we will need to prayerfully consider what each of us can give. We are called to live in faith, and through faith we can do amazing things. The Bible does not teach equal giving, but it does teach us to give with equal sacrifice. Begin now to pray about your gifts during this exciting time. Together with God, we can do amazing things.
Sacrifice is something that really is not in anybody's lexicon today. If they're as old as I am, they probably have not been asked to sacrifice for God in their experience up to now. It's something we're going to need to do. And the reason we need to do it is for ourselves. Because in our own experience, to be complete, or at least partially complete, we have to be able to make a sacrifice to the beauty and future of God's house.
One of the other great qualities of this church is the ability and the willingness of people to sacrifice their own needs, their own wants. I mean, it's the fact that there's such a lack of ego and personal agendas here, that people are willing to sacrifice their time as well as their resources in order to build this legacy. And you know, the legacy to where we can continue this, and this can be God's place, and we can serve God and allow the community to share with us in that.
A young person's role is always to encourage their parents, and ourselves. We can give, and we get allowance, of course, and we can give part of that because it's our church too, it's our home, and we always want to make our home better, and it's just giving it to God.
The fact that we are expanding our church and becoming bigger and greater excites me most about the capital campaign.
There's just so much to do, and I think we can get it done.
What excites me about the capital campaign, again, is the huge undertaking and the fact that it's a huge project. It's bigger than me, it's bigger than you, it's big, and to take it on and to see it through to the other side and to see it finished and the last nail driven in and have it finished, that's what excites me, is to get it done. This is what we're going to do, and taking it from drawings to this is what we've done, and then handing that over to my children and saying, there you go, that we did this for you. We did it for you.
I think what's happening here at Arborlawn is so unique and so rare and so special that throughout the course of your lifetime, you are most blessed if you come into contact with something like this. And people who have gathered here are part of something that is so profound and so unique and so special. I hope we don't ever take for granted what has happened and what is happening. This is something that is extraordinary. It is something that is moving not only among individuals, but through an entire congregation. We have the chance to do something here that very few churches ever have the chance to do. Things have fallen into place, and you can call them coincidences. I call them opportunities. They have literally lined up so that we are here at the right moment, and to all of us who are listening carefully, it seems to be that God is saying very clearly to us, with confidence and with faith, move forward.